Okay. Hey everybody, my name's Jeffrey Alger, and I'm starting this YouTube because I feel called to do so. Also, always wanted to do YouTube in some sort of way. I've tried here and there. I kind of want to be here to help with just showing my journey in life of what I do, what I enjoy, learning what I enjoy, learning what I want to do. Telling you guys a little story of how I grew up, who I am, what I've learned. So, yep, a little bit of my journey. Let's see. It's emotional on the camera. It's funny. Funny, weird, all the things. One, I'm nervous to put this out there. The things that I'm feeling. Nervous of it. Just a journey of my life. What I've learned so far. I'm 25. I've graduated high school. I never went to college. I was a blue collar style worker. I've learned how to weld myself from YouTube, teaching myself. I learned how to work on all my cars from just working on them and doing YouTube. My dad was also kind of mechanically inclined. Starting back from school, I go to school, kindergarten, preschool. I had a lot of friends. My mom was a yard duty. She was always kind of involved in the school district, but not a teacher, nothing, just there as a parent. Had my friends and, diagnosed with ADHD. Sorry about that. ADHD, dyslexia. There's still some emotions in that. Just putting it out on camera makes you emotional. But it's okay. In general, I loved going to school because of meeting friends and hanging out with people, talking to my teachers. I love just being around people and enjoying their company and getting their interactions and their enjoyment. It was something that I really enjoyed growing up. I was into dirt bike riding as a kid, kind of excelled in that way, like being able to do wheelies really young, riding a bike with no training wheels at 2. Always kind of did the outdoor thing. It was just something that I enjoyed. Trying to remember everything, but I struggled with schoolwork because I'm gonna keep fixing the shirt, but I struggled with my schoolwork because just being diagnosed with those things, dyslexia, ADHD, it didn't want I felt different than the other kids. I didn't feel like one of them. So it was embarrassing too. The ADHD, it wasn't so much embarrassing, but the dyslexia was, not knowing how to read. And I didn't help my case. I mean, they were trying to help, but just having that thing diagnosed on me made it hard for me. So I just became a class clown. It was easy, it was fun. You get all the reactions from the people. I was never trying to be rude to the teachers, even though being a class clown is rude to the teachers, interrupting their time and what they're trying to do. But if I got in trouble, I would just leave. I had good relationships with my teachers, but if it came to doing the work or that I can get called on or something like that, I just took myself as far away as I could from it and just became a class clown. Every year, I thought from probably third grade and up is what I could remember talking about holding me back. My parents never wanted that to happen. I didn't want it to happen. I wanted to stay with my friends and stuff. It never did happen, luckily. I guess, luckily. So I just keep getting to the next grade. I'm getting better, but not trying to get better, just being around it and stuff, getting a little bit better at reading. Cell phones are starting to come out. I get a cell phone for Christmas, spelling things wrong to all my friends and stuff, but kind of learning through doing that, like, oh, I spelled that wrong, make fun of me or something, or not understand what I'm saying, then research the word and then try to remember how to spell it as I go on. And this time I'm riding bikes, scooters, skateboards a little bit, just enjoying things. I would do things with friends through these grades too, like sixth grade and up. I like into scootering, started a scooter brand with one of our friends. It was called Taste Scooters. Made little like finger scooters when they were first coming out, but made them, upgraded them. Everything that I ever rode, I upgraded it as a child, like until I bought the better thing, but like would just take bike bars off of a bike and put them on a scooter. I don't know. Upgrading things, learning, always outside, building, thinking of the next thing that I can do with the tools that I had with me. Like, that was really the main thing. I would just learn to make it happen with what I had, which was fun and kind of got praised for it a little bit, I guess, or people enjoyed that about me or seen the difference in me because of that, which was nice to be noticed in that way. So grew up that way. Parents and family, not really religious, never really talked about God, none of that kind of stuff in our family. My great grandpa talked about God. He always walked around with the Bible, but never got to talk to him. I was too young. Talked to him about young kid stuff, but that was about it. So then fast forward, I go to high school. I fall in love with high school. 8th grade, 7th grade, heartbreaks, all that. Go to high school, have a lot of fun in high school. It's like really relaxed, but still will not do my classwork. Here and there I did it. I mean, I wasn't like not doing it at all, but no homework, failing my quizzes. The only thing that I had for me is I love talking to people and being around people, and I was actually genuinely curious about people's stories, about the people. I genuinely wanted to know stuff about them from forever. I mean, I always was that way. So that's what I did. I mean, I'd get my teachers off task, not trying to, maybe trying to if I really think about it, but I was really just enjoying my my time talking to them, and a lot of friends in high school, and I just I like to think I graduated high school because of how my relationships were with my teachers and everybody. I didn't quite do the work to graduate. I didn't quite do the thing, but I had a heart to move forward and to do things. I got a job at a younger age, I feel. I started working at 15 at a pizza place, and that summer I started doing concrete work for a concrete company, and then family friend company. And man, it was fun. And from that point on, I thought, like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Like, I was welding at that point, not too frequently, but I was welding, building things, learning stuff. And I was like, I'll just get a job in concrete, makes good money, and all the just making it up as a kid. All the teachers asked me if I was going to go to college, if I was going to do something, and I was like, no. Same thing that prospered me in the concrete industry and with these people that I knew is I actually genuinely cared about them, and I wanted to get to know them, and I wanted to prove myself to them that I was worthy of working with them and being one of the best. I took pride in everything that I did. A big step in this journey was I had a teacher in my high school too, and he was dope, and he kind of knew of my family or friends from in the just growing up in the same area, and he seen me as a young age and seeing my potential, and we just like clicked in being friends. I would say friends, or just a like cool relationship, understanding each other at a young age. And I was interested in his journey as well. When I met him, he did this awesome work with woodwork, art, all the things. It was dope. But moving forward, meet him, graduate high school. Everybody's asked me, I go to college, this, that. I'm like, nope, I'm going to do concrete. Like, it's plain and simple, bud. It's going to be easy. And I joined. I never really even finished concrete that much. The thing that I did the most was enjoyed working with the people that I worked with, and I worked really hard on the demo side. Even the setup side, like, I clicked onto it good because I got like the mind for that kind of stuff, but I really was just in the demo part, the set, like getting the grades right, demoing old concrete, bringing rock in, raking. That part I just excelled in. It was the part that they let me do, and I just wanted to work harder than everybody else to prove that I was worthy to be there, which it was dope. It was fun. Met them, heard all their stories, all their stuff, made some friends out of it. It was a fun time. And then I'm living on all this pride and anger. I have a lot of trauma in myself at at these points in my life that I'm not looking at all. And I'm just moving through life. Just I missed a big step of the story too. My dad drank as I grew up, and I never wanted to drink, just seeing it as growing up. And I never wanted to smoke weed, and all my friends did in high school and elementary school, even, or middle school, you know. And I just thought, like, no, that's gross. I had such a harsh opinion on it. And I get to 18, leaving high school. A lot of construction workers drink, smoke weed. It didn't seem as bad then. All my friends were doing it. And I started off drinking a little bit here and there. And I guess I seen why people do it. I had all this trauma, all this stuff in me. And drinking allowed me to relax and, you know, just everybody kind of loosens up and shows some love, and like it's like a little community or something. I don't even know. I just enjoyed it in the time when I first started. And then next thing led me to smoking weed, and I was like, this is even better, because it got me to relax and be at peace. And you know, I could be worked up, angry, anxious, all these things, and go and smoke a joint and would just get all relaxed and feel all happy and just not worry about a thing. And my boss smoked weed, so we would just go smoke weed all day and work, and I'd go and smoke weed with my friends all day, like a little community or something. And it was fond memories, nothing really too bad from that, besides I was coping from all my traumas on the inside and not really looking within, and not really thinking about life much, just living it and like thinking I found the way of life. I mean, I made good money, I bought rock crawlers, I had trucks all the time, I had cars, I had money. I would spend all my money on the things that I wanted, thinking that that was the key to life. That's going to be success. Just do the things, do the things, do the things. Well, I had an opportunity call from a family friend to get a job with the county doing road work, and it was like a step above what I was doing. Also, what I was doing was slowing down a little bit, and there was just some stuff going on with the company, so I have to pass a drug test to go and work for the county. So I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. My family was going on a camping trip to the ocean. I'm like, I'm gonna cut smoking weed off cold turkey, like easy. I don't need it. I do it because I want to do it. It's nothing, you know. I go camping, I cut smoking weed off cold turkey, and man, I have just, I don't even know what it really was. Anxiety, depression, worry. Oh, it hit me like a truck. And all my questions were in my head then was why. I thought I knew the questions, everything. I thought I knew how to get girls. I thought I knew how to get money. I thought I knew the key to life was smoking weed, doing construction, being with your buddies. Oh man, I was so young and just full of it, you know. And I cut it off cold turkey, and all my questions in my head was why? Why are we living? Why do we have relationships? Why do I do this? Why am I feeling crazy? Why do we have to drink water? Why? I had the question why for everything, and I felt crazy because everybody that I looked up to and everybody that I knew, they weren't wondering those questions. And all my friends were like, at that time, they were all older, you know, like 40-year-old men, construction workers, and my parents and family, and I'm like asking them all these questions on why, and they just are telling me like, maybe you just need to drink some water, everything's all right, maybe you need to get some more sleep. And the only thing that's going through my brain then is, I'm crazy, I'm going crazy. That's what I kept thinking, is like, I'm just going crazy. I couldn't even stay awake because I would just start crying and stuff. I would just try to sleep all day because I thought I was going crazy. And I thought, my mind was like, your parents are going to have to meet you in a mental institution. Like, that's where your life is heading, because you have no clue what you're doing and why we're here, and that's what crazy people think. That's what I'm thinking. So I keep going, talking to mentors, talking to family members about this, but nobody, one, seemed like they were thinking it, which maybe they were thinking why too, but nobody was just kind of like, yeah, we're just here and that's just what it is. No answers, you know? And I'm like, shit, blah, blah. Well, that teacher that I met in high school, he had a art gallery. He stopped being a teacher, started his own art gallery, and he made a video that was like, I think I know the truth to life, the key to life, something like that. I'm willing to be wrong, but I'm also betting my life on it. And like, those are strong words, and I'm looking for what is the truth of this shit. What's going on here? What's the truth, you know? And man, I see his video and I instantly want to go and talk to him. But I also see that they wrote a book, did a podcast. I seen that they did a podcast. So I started listening to the podcast, and some of the questions are why questions and having answers to them in their podcast. And I would listen to it driving to work and just be like, feel good for that time that I listened to it. It would calm my nerves down and calm me down. I'd feel seen, heard, understood. I wouldn't feel crazy in that moment, even though those thoughts would come back instantly right after I'm done watching it, get to work, like, fuck, I'm going crazy, whatever. Doing work kind of helped a little bit too, like around the people, talking to them and just doing the job, seeing stuff get finished, it kind of helped a little bit too. It's not something to run at full board, which I see people doing that, and which, like, nothing wrong with that, but doesn't solve your problems, I would say, you know. So then I finally text him. I reach out, but kind of like not saying that I have a problem, but like being like, hey, can I come and check out all your artwork? And I kind of just wanted to watch from a distance what was going on, and gonna get into asking the questions, but I wasn't just gonna go in like, I'm feeling crazy, you know. So I ask him, can I come see the artwork? He's like, yes, of course. So I go there. As soon as I walk into the door to see the artwork, I start bawling, hysterically crying, can't stop crying. And I'm like, sorry man, I'm not emotional. And like, he looks at me and he's like, actually, Jeffrey, you are emotional, and like, maybe you should stop believing that about yourself, that you're not, and it's okay. And like, anger's an emotion, fear, worry, crying's an emotion, sadness, we're just emotional humans, you know. And that instantly relieved me from some stress. And also, I was like, yeah, like, I felt like that was an answer that I needed that I never knew about myself. Thinking back then, I had all the answers. Go to work, make good money, which it's like, whatever money, it doesn't even, and, you know, smoke weed, hang out with your friends, whatever, rock crawl, dirt bike ride, and then when that gets boring, just get the next thing that comes to your mind that your friends are doing, go and do it. I didn't actually think that way, but that's what I was doing, and I was like, this is life. It's enjoyable, it's fun, it's all the things. But like when I would start getting sad, I would just ramp up that part of my life and never look within or nothing. So I'm sit there and I just start telling him the story about the ocean, and I just tell him I feel like I'm going crazy, man. Like nobody's thinking this, nobody's this. Like I feel that way. And he was the first person to look at me and just say, like, he just told me, only a sane person feels like they're going crazy, because a crazy person thinks that they got it right. And man, I needed to hear that in that moment. I was like, I just needed it. It was like, it took so much weight off my shoulders in that moment. And I felt seen by somebody. And it felt right. So then we would just start talking, and he would just listen. Like, I would just sit there and talk and talk and talk and he would ask questions, and he was intent on listening and actually hearing me and trying to help. He was like trying. It was dope. And then he was like, this works best if you do it once a week, like a steady thing, you know. I don't know if once a week is the best, but like steady. And I was like, yeah, I'm down. So we did it. I started meeting once a week, and I had all these questions of why. And he would just answer them with like objective reality in that time. So not a subjective, like I subjectively think this way. Like objectively, we're breathing. Objectively, we're living. Objectively, you gotta drink water and eat to live for a long time. And he was also on a spiritual journey with God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. But I can feel it in that time that I wanted to do what he was doing. The journey, the life, the style. And the style was listening prayer, praying to God, hearing his voice back, the feeling, the voice, the understanding, and being obedient to it, following it. That was the thing at the time. And man, all the fear in my head came every time I would think about it. Was like, yeah, but then you're never gonna have your rock crawlers again. You're never gonna work concrete again. All your friends are gonna be taken away from you. All this, all that. And I was just like, I was afraid. But everything that he's saying was lifting my vibration, lifting my spirit up. It was like getting some ground underneath me, like Jesus talks about, you know, like a solid foundation. He was helping me build a foundation to move forward on and not feel so, what's going on? And then in that time, I fall in love with my wife now, and we're both kind of in our party stages of our life at that time. And man, it was fun. I got into drinking after never thinking that I was going to, you know. I got into it heavy at that point, but leaning on her with all, like, my love was on her, that didn't want to be broken by her, leaning all my traumas, triggers, everything was on her. It's tough to be in a relationship like that. Vice versa, it was on me too. And you know, a lot of good times, a lot of love, a lot of good times, a lot of fun times, partying, all that stuff. It was like it was good. I wouldn't take it back. It was fun. And then, we do like 3 years like that, 2.5 years of doing that, and all my traumas, triggers, and things are just separating us, really. Now, it's a blessing that it did. In the time, it didn't feel like a blessing. We separated from a year. It was messy. I had all these traumas and stuff, and I was trying to research them, still meeting with my friend. We restarted meeting again with my friend, and man, it was like just getting to these things, but also like kind of being like, it's my time to go and party. And all the things that trigger me from the outside world, like I was also triggered by it, but kind of jealous of it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go and do it. So I went full force at it, and every time would come home feeling empty and lost even more, honestly. And feeling like I can never get back with my wife that I have now, and doing all these things that I would regret the next day. Couple times did some stuff that I was like very regretful the next day. Like, what did I just do? And I would say God was working on me in that time. And he was always there. He's with all of us at all times, is the good news. But I was just trying to be authentic here and tell you how I'm truly feeling, but I also don't want to miss anything, but I'm going to. You could always reach out on comments, and if you have questions or want me to get more in depth on something, I guess I could, to help you guys, if that would help. But we keep going, and I think actually I'm gonna leave the video at this point, even though this is like a whatever point, and see what happens with it. And if you guys enjoy this story, if you want more of it, comment what you want more of it. If you want my journey now, I don't even know. I'm just gonna post it and see what happens. Thank you guys if you watched it.